you in the hunting world. I struggled and did a lot of researching and checking out videos and stuff on ground blinds, and I just really couldn't figure out which one I wanted. I wanted to make sure I got the right one that would be the best for archery, and it was kind of a toss between the Ameristep doghouse and the Caretaker. After watching several videos and checking measurements and all that, I decided to go with the Caretaker. And luckily, my dad, he bought a doghouse, and the Ameristep doghouse, and after setting mine up and setting the doghouse blind up for him, definitely, if you're shooting regular archery, a bow, the Caretaker is definitely the way to go with that. The doghouse is a very nice blind, but it is more designed for rifle or crossbow, and it's perfect for all that. So I made the good decision to go with the Caretaker model. It sets up really easy. We'll show you how it sets up. I didn't know how well it would set up. I've already done it once, so we'll see if I have the same luck this time as we did the first time setting it up. First thing you do is take out these. The camo on these is so good, it actually blended in with the top of it, and I didn't know it was there, and I opened it up inside the house, and it was on the top of the roof, and it sprung up and almost took out the fan and everything else. So we almost had a fun moment. But comes with extra stakes. I would and some tie down rope, but I would just like tent stakes. These stakes, they're good stakes, but I would go, I think they're like $1 something at Walmart, or maybe less than that, I don't remember. And you get the big heavy duty stakes, got the little plastic deal on them so you can drive them down kind of like a spike. These are just your normal for good ground, but you never know when you're hunting what ground you're going to run into, if you're going to hit rocks or not. So that's the stakes that they come with. I mean, they're a little better than your average tent stake, but that they give you, but still yet I would recommend you go and get the heavy duty ones. So if you run across some ground, you don't have to worry about it. You can do it. If you don't have anything to tie it down with, they really work a lot better. But these are still good. So what we'll do, put this out of the bag here. Nice bag, nice heavy duty bag with good strap on it. It's really not very heavy at all. And put this out here. And what you want to do, I put that on there so I know which is the top, it's easy directions, is find the roof of it, which will be obvious because it has no windows or openings on it. It's just a solid top. And you want to pull that up. Kind of pull it up, let it down, and pop it. Just kind of like like that. Kind of like opening something like that. And it kind of rotates a little bit, and then you do the same thing on your sides. Clean it out on the sides, let it go down, so let it go down and pop it out. You do that all the way around your blind. The door is a little bit easier to do that. You don't have to jerk really, really hard, but for the roof, it's kind of an easier movement to do that with. And come up here to the front and do one more, let it stretch itself out, and it's simple. It pulls right out. You ain't got to do a lot of jerking. Most of your jerking will come from the top up here. So we'll kind of set this back. On the back side, it doesn't really stay popped out until you can stake it down, push it out, and then you stake it down, and that kind of holds itself in place. Because it's kind of wondering, because I pulled it out, I was like, well, that doesn't really hold where it's supposed to. But I'll spin it around so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay. This is the door side. So when you pull it out, it kind of goes like that. Well, it won't stay that way unless you have it staked down, and this side over here staked down to this side. It kind of holds itself, so it would hold like that. So when you pop it out and you look at it and it doesn't want to hold, don't worry. It's you got to put stakes in it to hold it. It's not nothing, no defect or anything wrong with the blind or anything. But it's I'll get you here and take you around for a look, and you can see and check it out. These are the shoot-through mesh on the outside of it. That's with the window up inside. You can kind of see that's the shoot-through mesh, which is Velcro. You can take it down. It falls down in the back. And then I folded this side down, and that's what I was kind of worried about, how far down the inside window would go. If you don't want it all the way down, you can just leave it part way up, and it'll leave you a nice slot there. But you can see, still got the breakup camo up on the top, so you don't have a big black hole looking out there. And every corner has a window. This one is all the way, the mesh is out, so you can see what that looks like. And you can see that if you were setting in there, you can block off whatever corner that you're setting behind over there, and it'll keep your silhouette tucked away in there. You don't want to open a window behind you directly and have the other side open, because you will be seen whether or not you are in a blind, and it's not 100% undetectable. But we'll go over here to the door, and the door's nice. Actually has 3 zippers on it, so if you only want to go part way with it and go all the way down, which I like, easy zipper glides. So say you wanted to zip that all the way up down here, give it a little bit of tension for your deal. But say I wanted the window down a little bit, leave a little opening, more air to come through if you want. And then that's the inside. I'll show you something here real quick. I was really worried about, am I going to have to go and find another chair? You know, what kind of a chair? Am I going to have to get something that sets just barely off the ground, or is my chair going to work for the height of it, for bracing for my bow? Actually, I have this chair right here that I got. It's a good chair. I have this one, or kind of like just a little tripod chair that doesn't have a back on it. But getting a little bit older, I realized that having a back on a chair is kind of important. It helps you last a little longer out there in the woods. Doesn't hurt so bad, but because most of the time finding a tree to lean up against with a chair at the bottom of it is kind of tough. You're either leaning too far forward, and it's kind of awkward. But for in the blind, you don't have a tree, obviously. So we'll go in here. I don't know if you'll be able to see good, but we'll come into my little fort. I'll set my little chair up, and it actually, set it up. I'll set more toward the back of the blind here, and you can see how it looks in and out. That's the door side, and I have plenty of room further back. This is with I've got a 29.5-inch draw, so I got a pretty good draw on my bow, and I actually have room to put my elbow all the way back and not touch any of that. And you can see my bow will be plenty tucked away with my arrow from sticking out of the blind. There's plenty of brace height from the top up here. It won't touch the top at all. And that's what I was kind of worried about with a blind. I've never hunted out of a blind before, so it's kind of a first for me. But you can let as many of these windows down as you want. But like I said, if you got an area where you know that you normally can have your back to, or find a good spot that you're you know, deer more than likely, I won't say ever, come from, because they come out of some weird spots and when you least expect it. But if you have an area back here that's real thick, tight with stuff, you know, and they're probably going to avoid that area or something, put the back of your blind up against that, and you can keep this window totally closed. And so now I need to make sure that I have the right apparel, because of watching videos and such, that I know you need to be wearing black in here. And I have a whole bunch of camo, because like I said, I've never hunted in a blind. So the more camoed out you are, the better. And that's all that I really have is camouflage that I hunt in. And it's kind of camo ninja mode when I hunt. But the purpose of this blind was my daughter and my son. Well, my son's going to be coming out from California, and he's never been hunting and stuff, so and to be sitting on the ground archery hunting and where we're at, you got to be real still. So this will be a little more forgiving for them in here to, you know, move around a little bit and be more comfortable and stuff. And my daughter, she's gonna start, she wants to start helping me video and making these videos for our Schwackum channel. So we'll see how that works. I know she'll be a lot more, never being in the woods and never going hunting. It'll be an experience for her, but I want her to be comfortable and not, you know, something that she can more enjoy than be a stressed out time for her where she won't want to go. So it's all about making everybody comfortable and enjoying the time that they're out there in the woods, even if it's just to sit and watch wildlife. You know, it can be fun and interesting and stuff. But this was definitely a good decision on my part of making the Ameristep, you know, taking it home with me, the caretaker model. Because my dad, like I said, if you're struggling to figure out what blind you want to spend your money on, I mean, for the money, they're relatively inexpensive for a good blind. They're decent and very easy to take around and move, very movable. But sorry, it's kind of hot in here, so I'm kind of. But yeah, it is something we're gonna have to get used to, the heat inside of these, especially beginning October. I don't know how much I'll be in this if I'm by myself at all, but anyhow, if you're struggling to figure out what blind you want to use, and Ameristep has several models, and so does the Rhino and all them and stuff. But this is a good one if you're archery with a standard bow. It's plenty of room. That's what I'm trying to say. And it's good for everything. But the doghouse blind, after setting up my dad's, like I said, is a lot more designed for lower profile, and it's got more better advantage for crossbow and rifle hunting or shotgun, whatever have you, or if you're just filming or whatever you're doing out in the woods. But if you're archery hunting and you got the limbs on your regular bow, a standard bow, you definitely want to go with the caretaker. So hopefully I'll be able to help you on your decision with that. And I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to hunting out of it. So far I've got really not a lot of time or anything invested in. It's a lot easier to set up and tear down than what I thought. I mean, it's pretty simple. So we'll go back outside and I'll hook you back up on the tripod, and then I'll let you watch me disassemble and repackage this thing. Hopefully it goes as smooth as it did the first time, because the first time I either got lucky or it just was extremely easy. So I don't want to persuade you on, I'm not trying to persuade you in on the caretaker model, unless you're hunting with a regular bow. I'm just trying to make your decision a little more easier on putting it out there that it is the model out of the Ameristep blinds that you would want for standard archery hunting. The Doghouse is a very good model as well, but unless you want to be hunting on your knees and shooting off of your knees, I wouldn't go with the Doghouse for standard archery. Great model probably for crossbow or rifle. So if that helps you guys any, that's great. All right, I'm gonna get out of this thing because I'm burning up. I can't really talk too well, but either way. All right, that is pretty simple and to the point on that. So we'll set you up on back on here. My handy dandy little tripod. So it's gonna make its first appearance out into the woods this year too. Be sitting right beside me probably in every hunt that I hunt in this thing here. So that'll be cool. Oh, and another thing, I'm glad it may not make that big a difference, but if you look, the Ameristep line right here, the emblem right here used to be a bright blue, and on a lot of them they might still be, I'm not for sure, but they went with this kind of a grayish color, silver, whatever. Blue, I've heard deer can really notice really well and stuff, and it may just be a point to say, grabs their attention whenever they're walking by. They don't have that on this model, so cheerio to them on that one. All right, let's take this thing apart. We'll take the chair out of there so it doesn't get folded up inside of it. It does kind of go quick if I remember. So you push in a side, like that. Push in that side there. Let it down as it goes. Push in this side here. And it should kind of, let's see here, what do we, oh, there we go. It'll fold out like that there. Boom, then that goes down. This kind of, you gather it up in the middle, and all the top piece up, gather up like that, and it just kind of fold it up. It's kind of like the petals on a flower. After you push it down, you just kind of, it opens itself up that way and goes up kind of that way. Once you push all your sides in, you push down the top, and then you just start gathering corners, and it goes, you kind of put them however you want that makes it kind of more slim, and there you go. And I'll show you how easily this nice bag accepts it. Slide in there like that, grab your bag, and bam, just like that. And that is, I'm going to put our stakes back in here. And just as quick like that, you're ready to hit the trail. So, if you have any questions or comments on the video, feel free to see them. I hope it was educational for you as far as picking out, making your decision easier on a blind. This is overall good for anything you shoot with. The Ameristep Doghouse is designed and better for crossbow and rifle. So if you were asking yourself which one you want, it all depends on what you hunt with. There's your answers. So that's it for now. We'll see you next time.